Good morning, all. Today is the 22nd of April. It's Wednesday. After yesterday's explanation of Nelson Mandela, the chapter, after telling you what is there in the story and what are the things that need to be done, I gave you two questions to be written down on your notebooks. And as of today, I have received submissions. 6 students have turned in the question answers. And first, let me discuss the answers, and second I'll bring up the names of the students who I want to submit by today only on Google Classroom. So first, with the explanation, the first question was, right at the beginning of his speech, Mandela mentions an extraordinary human disaster under quotations. It's very clear that the extraordinary human disaster was the legal setup of apartheid in South Africa. He told us that the system of apartheid was not just a habit, it was not just a social system, but it was a legal system. So it was legally correct. It was there in the constitution for apartheid to be practiced, and apartheid, as we know, is the heinous differentiation between fair-skinned people and darker-skinned people based on their skin. This was the extraordinary human disaster for which Mandela and a lot of other people fought. The second part, what does he mean by this? Which I just explained. What is the glorious human achievement? It's very clear the glorious human achievement was the abolishment of apartheid, not just that, but also a non-racial South Africa which was built by him and his supporters, where not just the blacks were emancipated, not just the blacks were given more rights and power, but also a society was built where the blacks and the whites both would live together and would have equal rights. The second question, why did such a large number of international leaders attend the inauguration? What did it signify the triumph of? Why did leaders attend the inauguration? Because it was a major success of human endeavor, where it was realized, it was known that human beings, which Mandela himself said at a point of time, that human being, whatever be that kind of person, at the end that person is a good person, has love for the others in his or her heart. And if you follow the years that led to the emancipation of South African blacks, if you follow whatever happened socially, if you follow the news, the media, or about all the years that Mandela was in jail and eventually was freed from jail, a lot of international leaders and international people all over came in support of what was happening wrong. Like in today's time, the world is together and they're fighting a common problem. Just like that was a point of time when other countries which have a democratic setup, countries which have equality or at least try to practice equality in their own countries, their leaders came because it was a success. Back in the early 90s, it was a major success. So they just came to share it. It signified the triumph of good over evil. It signified the triumph of human endeavor to fight and be patiently fighting for as long as needed and as necessary. These are the two explanations of the text. I'll now mention the names of the students who I want to submit me the assignment, the answer to these two questions on Google Classroom as soon as possible. I hope all of you have written it down. I don't want all of you to submit it to me. It is not needed. Now I'll bring up the names of 7 people who I want to upload the answers. You can use the Cam Scanner app on your phone, take pictures of your notes and just upload it next to the assignment tab. I'll mention the names of people who already have submitted before, so I know that you can use Google Classrooms. So you have to submit it to me before tomorrow. The first one is Abhinav. Number 2 is, I'm not really sure who this person is. It says Governing Beats 422. If you know who I'm talking about, please submit your assignment. Number 3 is Debashri Chaudhary. Number 4 is Donald Das. Next is Grace Haukip. 5 people. I'll mention 2 more people now. Next is Himakshi. And the last one, I want Jyotishmoy Nath to submit. Jyotishmoy, if you have woken up from your sleep, you hear me out very clearly. The 2 questions that were given as homework yesterday and were discussed today need to be written down on a notebook properly. If you take a picture and upload it on Google Classroom for me to assess your work, please complete your work, submit it. Others also write down your notes, because eventually when school opens up, all your notes will be checked. Until then, stay safe.